When Pastor Don asked me to speak about my faith, at first I told her no, and then God spoke to me and said, "This is what you will say." And so I called her back and said I would speak. Most of you know me. I have been a member of the United Methodist Church most of my 93 years. God has been with me through sorrow and in joy. When I don't make it to church, I often listen to this Cajun preacher from Destrehan, Louisiana. He has a worldwide following, and I find him funny, but also profound. Several Sundays ago he said, "God seeks your heart, not your head." To me this means the more we study, the more our ideas become confused, the more we get caught up in discussion, the further we go from him. The Old Testament dwells on the wrath of God, so it was expedient that Jesus come to teach us that God is love. God did seek and find my heart when I was about 12 or 13. That was back in the day, to me, when preachers preached and ended their message with an altar call. At this time, people would come forward and join the church, usually with a song, for instance, Just As I Am, playing in the background. I was so moved, and I responded by going forward and gave my heart to God. From that time on, going to church and feeling God's presence in my life has stayed with me until this day. 4 years ago, I wrote a letter to this church which expresses my feelings, especially toward this church, as well as the many others I have attended since I was a child. And this is the letter. In the tradition of the New Testament writers, I write this letter to the Methodist Church in Bay St. Louis, not to pretend to have their credentials by any means, but only for my love of this church. I have been a member for 30 plus years. You are my family. I have broken bread with you through the years. I have celebrated your anniversaries as well as my own 60th wedding anniversary with my husband, Jack. I have grieved with you with the loss of our dear friends and members. We have weathered storms together. I have watched our children grow from toddlers to adults. I have sorrowed with you when they have made mistakes, and I have celebrated their triumphs. We have studied together and listened to each other. In my mind's eye, I see each of you sitting in the alcove, sitting in the back pews, and to the right and to the left in the sanctuary. I see your faces in the choir, at the piano, and at the organ. You and our pastors have ministered to me in many ways, and I appreciate your love and concern, and I give you thanks. Why do I write such a letter? I want to give you my thanks for loving me and loving God. We bring strength to each other. God shows no partiality. I want to give him praise and honor above all else. He has given me peace and mercy all the days of my life, and I give thanks. May peace be with you also. You are my family. Amen. Well,